greatness, baby. Marbury, Dick Jones, and now they call me Fire.
Okay, so this is one that I found, somewhat interesting as far as a topic. Now, everybody remembers Lil Mama from running up on stage when Jay-Z and Alicia Keys was performing New York at the award show. And it seemed like ever since then, not only was that an embarrassing moment for her, hindsight, but it seems that ultimately, from what many people are saying, ruined her career. But yet still, she still manages to make a wave or a ripple every now and then. And this time she went off on Twitter and she pretty much labeled Nicki Minaj a musical prostitute and says she influenced this generation of musical prostitutes.
God damn!
So she goes on in a series of tweets where she says, I agree. There were definitely options in style and content. It's all love. God is the greatest, and these women are going to wake up and realize that they are worth more than any price tag. Sometimes we can't see ourselves. We are just living. So I can understand how this can happen and feel normal. She goes on, keyword, this pack. These young women are not influenced by Kim. Nicki is influenced by Kim. These women are 23. What major musical prostitutes do you remember from the last 15 years? Who do you think they watched corporate give a platform and flowers for slutting out? Be for real. Like I said, they are laughing at us. And the award was a thanks to you. Now we have 7, 8, 9 of them. Then gave Nicki an award for leading this pack. Corporate bars be going over our head. They laughing at us for sure. Now, initially, what people like to do is when anybody speaks out against, the guys that are at the top, people's favorite, whether it be Nicki Minaj, Drake, whoever the hell it is, people like to usually find a way to dismiss any validity in what people are saying. But the thing is that we're all here. We're all sharing this experience. And a lot of time when you hear stuff like this, it actually does have validity. And despite Lil Mama not being relevant enough or her net worth not being high enough for some people's liking to be able to speak, that doesn't make any of this less true. Now, two things I could say that I've always said about Nicki Minaj, and one of them is that she did lead this new wave, this new generation of female prostitute rappers. And that's not taken away from Nicki Minaj's talent, because at the end of the day, Nicki Minaj can legitimately rap. So this isn't even about that, but it's about the image and the culture and what we're putting out. And what Nicki has done over time is she's not really supported anybody that can compete with her on that level in a real way. It was always some beef, or it was always some tension or a problem or something in that aspect. But then every time you get one of these new little prostitute thought girls, just any of them of that type, she's doing features and collabs and she's pushing them and she's kind of riding off of their little quick wave and shit. Like, she can't really find a way to get along with women that can actually push the culture forward as far as female MCing. And ultimately that has hurt the state of female hip hop. Look at where we're at now. You got females, they're not really talking about anything. They're not really creative. And now look, who's the top female artist right now? Sexy Red, and she can't even sell records. So I think in a sense, Nicki plays a part in that, because she didn't do her part as big as she is to uphold standard, just as far not only as hip hop, but with female hip hop. And the second point to all this is how she further pushes this and, perpetuates this culture is she hasn't evolved at all. We're looking at 15 years or more, and she hasn't evolved at all. She's still doing the Barbie prostitute thing. And I think, on one hand, like, yeah, that's cool for a younger artist to be, kind of out there in a sense. But with any artist, growth is important. And I think that's one of the things that kind of holds Nicki back in a sense, is that she hasn't grown at all. At least she hasn't shown growth. If she's grown in her personal life, I mean, we're not always privy to everything. Okay. But She hasn't shown any growth as an artist. She's still doing the same things, finding herself in the same situations, the same beefs. She's still carrying the same image, and she's 40. And I think with a lot of these young girls, her fans that are watching her, the culture, I think the culture deserves to see a woman on their shit. You know what I'm saying? Really like talking like some grown woman shit, like what's important at the end of the day. Like when you get outside of this bad boss bitch, independent woman type, like talk about the real shit that's important that these women are really going to be able to survive off, because a lot of this other shit that these chicks are talking, like it's unhealthy for women to be consuming and then living their whole life like they're following in the footsteps of a superstar like a Nicki Minaj or whoever, Meg the Stallion, and all these women kind of preaching stuff that ain't really good for the average woman. The same way we expect a lot of these rappers to keep it real, that's across the board. That's what the males and the females. You know, she's a married woman. You know, she's a mother now. You know, this is the type of stuff that I think women need to hear. They need to see that these women are, you know, they can relate to them in a real way, a real productive way and stuff. They don't, but she don't talk about the motherhood, and she doesn't talk about being. I ain't gonna front. She ain't got much to talk about on the marriage front. Like I'm still shocked that was a thing, but that's neither here or there. This is the stuff that women need to hear because there's so much toxicity being pumped out to our women and they're lost, especially our black women. And she plays a huge role in that because whether we like to admit it or not, since black people lack a lot of actual culture that's grounded, you know, black people in general kind of learn who or what we are or maybe what we're supposed to be in a sense through media and different things like that. So these images and everything that's coming out, this is what you're seeing a lot of us unfortunately emulating and trying to copy and be like. So yeah, that's what I have to say to that. I don't know. I know a lot of people gonna go off like, oh, little mama who and all that. Like, man, come on, man. Y'all gotta be able to get real and have real conversations and stop dismissing people because they're not as popular as the next person or they don't have as much money as the next. That doesn't make your views or what you see any less valuable than the next motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, hey, we're all in this together, whether we like it or not. But shit, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I'm on here giving y'all that grease. And until next time, I'm out.